Hi guys, welcome back. Today I am in a park. I work kind of nearby, and so it's a beautiful day out. I think it's about 50 degrees Celsius. Hey guys, I am just looking over this video in my car and realized that I said 50 degrees Celsius. I meant to say 50 degrees Fahrenheit. We use the Fahrenheit scale here in the US, and 50 degrees Celsius would not be great weather, and I know that. So my apologies for that. Continue watching the video. Come out here and shoot a little bit on such a nice day. I needed to be outside. I don't really like being cramped inside for a long time, and with it just being such beautiful weather, I needed to use the opportunity to come out here. If you're new to my channel, welcome. This is pretty much the beginning of my channel journey, so we are figuring this out together. This park that I'm walking in, it's not a big park, and it's in the middle of a neighborhood actually. There are houses like right there. So it's not like a big natural park like maybe you would be thinking of. It is not a natural park in the sense of it being like wildlife, but it's just an open space for the community. Behind me here is a bunch of stones. It's kind of funny. I don't know if you can read this. Walmart. I don't know if you can read there, if it's backwards, but I don't know why it says that on there. Maybe they gave money or it's somebody's name. I don't really know, guys. But it's cool. There are a bunch of stones. Probably like a memorial. Okay, yes. It says, I'm just gonna read it to you and you can just watch me reading it. It says, "This monument stands as a tribute to all who have served and dedicated their lives to the protection of our most precious right, freedom. The Freedom Memorial, dedicated July 26, 2003. Okay, guys, if you're watching from another country, another part of the world, you probably already know this, but US citizens, Americans, are very proud of our freedom. The founding fathers of this country, that was their biggest hope for the people who would move here and who would live here, was for them to have freedom. I think people want to protect freedom, and that's good, but there's always good and bad with everything, right? So I might get more into other things in the future, guys, but as for now, I will not. But yeah, that was a memorial about freedom. And something that I find interesting is you will see all over the US memorials for freedom in different ways. Freedom of speech, freedom from religious persecution. I would say this is something that is pretty common, actually, celebrating the freedom of something in the country. Every state, parks sometimes have it, especially if like the local government put money into the park. They just want it to be a reminder for the people that, hey, we are giving you this area, this beautiful, free, quiet area because of freedom. And I think this is good, but I also think it can be manipulative, if you know what I mean. You know, like people can sometimes manipulate in the sense that they will say, well, we gave you freedom, so that's why you have high taxes, for example. But I will not continue talking about this because, you know, this is something not everyone enjoys. There are dogs here in this park. There he goes.
You guys ready to go home? You want to play some more? You done? You done? You want to go
If you couldn't hear, that lady was asking her dogs if they want to keep playing or if they're ready to go home. I love when people talk to their dogs, even though they know that dogs cannot respond. I do believe that dogs and cats, and probably other animals too, are very smart. They're very intuitive. They understand more than we think they know, right? So I thought that was cute. I had to share with you guys. Apologies for my camera work. I am not a photographer by any means, but I'm just enjoying the view. It's so quiet. That dog lady was the only person I've seen. Where I parked, there were like maybe 2 cars. It's a Tuesday in the middle of the day. People are working. My job has flexible hours. I work on a college campus part-time, and so in between meetings and such, I like to get out of the busyness of campus life, you know, university grounds, campus grounds. Look at those pines. It is my dream one day to own property where we can have beautiful trees like this. One of the things that I think is so silly, and you might have this in your country too, is people will chop down trees and put it in their house for Christmas, right? Christmas tree. And I used to think as a kid, wow, that is so cool. But something I've noticed more as I've gotten older is those trees, they don't live much longer after you chop them down. But if you just keep them in your backyard and you never chop them, you can decorate outside and decorate it with things where if animals get to it, it's not harmful to them. In loving tribute, inspirational person, brave woman, Michelle Lee Sawyer McLaughlin. She was a mother, a wife, a sister, a daughter, and a friend. Think positive thoughts. I like that. Think positive thoughts. And I love that they highlight all the beautiful person she was to people around her. There's an angel praying. Was this for her? Yeah, it was. In honor of Michelle. Michelle, I wish you could tell us your story. But for now, we have a bench that she can support us. Guys, I will tell you a little bit about myself. As you can imagine, I like nature, I like outside, especially when it's so nice out. But I've been learning to love every season, guys. I come from a much colder climate. I will probably share more about this in a future video. I live in the Midwest right now. Where I am right now actually is outside a big city. It's not where I live, but it's where I work. And it's just across the river from the big city. And it's a university town. You know, like it was built around, I think, the idea of the university. I think it's older than the university, but it really looks nice and beautiful and kept well, you know, because of the university money. Everything, no matter what country you are in, is run by money. Don't think that US is any different. It's beautiful. I appreciate being able to come to places like this for free. Like maybe this is beautiful, beautiful creation. But back to sharing about me. English is not my first language, but it's my primary language, if that even makes sense to you. My first language is Russian, guys. I am from Russia originally. I was born there. I lived there for 4 years, and then I moved to US when I was 4, literally 3 days before my 4th birthday. I have lived near the big city that I'm talking about for all of my life since being in the US. We live outside the city of St. Louis. So St. Louis, Missouri, it's in the Midwest. Missouri, for those living outside the US, is pretty much right smack dab in the middle of the country. You may have heard of the Arch. No? The Arch. It is known as the gateway to the West. So historically, the people who came to explore Missouri for the first time, well, the Native Americans had already been living here. But that's a whole other story. But guys, I'm just gonna talk about what I know. I'm doing research in history in my free time, so when I know more information, I will share. But I don't want to say false information, you know? But yes, the settlers, or the people who were explorers, that's the word I'm thinking of. They came to US. When they came to Missouri eventually, they called it the gateway to the West. So that is why the Arch was built, as a monument of accomplishment, I guess, if you can call it that, of exploration. And so everything after Missouri is considered the West, at the time anyways. Now it probably is not. We are a Midwestern state. We have a very interesting history. Maybe part of my channel will be going into some of that, but for now, just know that we are not big like New York or LA. We're not near a big body of water like Florida or California, but honestly we are. We have the Mississippi and the Missouri River and other channels and lakes nearby. Nothing huge like up in Wisconsin and Minnesota. They have the big lakes, but in southern Missouri, so further south from where we live, there's the Ozark Mountains, Ozark Lakes. It's actually called Lake of the Ozarks, guys. Anyways, I grew up in the suburbs of St. Louis, and I picked up the English language pretty quickly, okay? But there's someone behind me. I may stop at a bench up here in a minute. I learned English in like half a year, guys. My parents were thinking about holding me back a year because I didn't know much English, but they quickly taught me. I'm not sure how they did it. I'm not sure how I did it, but I did it. And since then, I've actually forgotten a lot of my Russian language. Hold on, guys. So yeah, I do not remember much of how to speak Russian at all, which is sad, I think. Our world would like us to think that all former Soviet countries are bad. In the US, that is definitely what we get told. 100%. I hear it from my coworkers, I hear it from my friends. Everybody thinks this way. But I'm starting to have a different opinion on this, guys. I'm at a bench now. The sun is like right here. Yeah, guys, I'm starting to have a different opinion. I no longer think that that is what I believe. Good and bad people come from all over. And I think there's no perfect nation. I think there is no perfect people living on earth right now. I think no government will ever be perfect or without flaws. I don't think that you can point the finger at just one nation, because I think a lot of these nations are see, I know English and I still don't know the right words to say here, guys. They're in congruence with each other. Is that the way I would say that, guys? Help me out. All these countries, all these nations, they want to say, oh, we are better than so-and-so, or we care about our citizens more than so-and-so. But I think that they all are working together, and I think different countries are made to look better than other countries. For example, I think Russia and Ukraine are made to look opposing. And I think there's no doubt that they are opposing right now with the war and everything that is going on. I'm not for war. I'm not for hurting innocent people. It breaks my heart to hear about all of this. My heritage, even though I am from Russia, my heritage is in Ukraine. My birth mother is from Ukraine, guys. I never learned Ukraine. I only learned Russian. They're similar in so many ways, yet people will tell you they're so different. And they are. There are differences, don't get me wrong, guys. But there's so much that our world is trying to separate us. I met a girl on campus last semester, okay, so the fall of 2024, and this girl was a exchange student. She was just studying abroad for one semester at the university I was at. She and I got to talking, and when I was telling my friend this, I said, oh, you know, I made a huge mistake by telling her I was Russian. I should not have said this, because she immediately shut down any connection with me. She said, your people are the reason that my people are hurting. And I can't argue with that, because she's not wrong. The government of Russia is making choices that the Ukrainians don't like and that are hurting many people in Ukraine. But the people of Russia are not making this choice. Like all governments, Russia government is also corrupt. All are corrupt, right? And so I feel like it was a misjudgment on my part. But at the same time, I'm just now starting to become more intrigued and interested in my heritage, my Russian heritage. You see? I get the feeling people don't want me to be proud to be Russian right now. And I get why. Who wants to be proud of a nation going to war? But I will tell you, it is not the citizens who want this. Mostly it is the government. Someone is paying the government officials, who already get paid an insane amount, to make these decisions for the whole nation. Historically, Russia and Ukraine have a lot in common. And historically, they have a lot of beautiful overlappings in their culture. But unfortunately, they want to separate. All governments, I think, know what's going on, and they're just not informing us, the people. It's gotten so bad, guys, to the point that, you know, I have been wanting at some point to go visit where I came from, in Moscow. Moscow. How do you, anyone from Russia on here, is it Moscow? Moscow? People in the US, they say things probably wrong all the time, but they say Moscow. Moscow. But I don't think they're right after listening to some people who are Russian and Ukrainian. Yeah, guys, Moscow, Moscow. Anyways, I am from a small district south of Moscow called Gromonskoy. I have a Russian mentor in my life. She is amazing. Her name is Luba. Luba. This is a very common Russian name, okay? My name, Katya, is also very common. It's like Katie here. It actually translates pretty well to Katie. But guys, I've been wanting to go to Russia for so long. I had an opportunity in my end of senior year in high school. My mom wanted to go with me, kind of to celebrate like graduation. We had never done a big trip. My mom had saved up the money and it was just going to be her and I to go. And I thought about it. I looked into it, but I was too preoccupied at that point with college. If I could go back now, guys, I would have gone. 100% would have gone. Because now I'm pretty sure the border is closed to all US Americans. All Americans cannot go. Unless maybe you have like a worker visa or something like this. I want to go so bad, guys. Same with Ukraine. I would love to go to Ukraine, but it is just not a good time. Pine, right? Or a type of pine. It's short. Short, not long like pine. Can I? This father is playing with his sons. Guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Tell me what you would want my videos to be about. I can tell you that I definitely want to do videos about adoption, about many different cultures, and how nations don't have to be divided, about nature and outdoors, about people, about faith, about so many things. Speaking of which, guys, take a look. Do you have Easter in your country? Do you celebrate Easter? This is talking about an egg hunt. If you are not familiar, in the US, maybe in other countries too, people like to hunt for eggs. Well, they like to watch their children do it. They tell these children that the Easter Bunny laid them, but really it's the parents. And it's just a tradition. It's just tradition. It's fun for the kids. It gives them something fun to look forward to. Even if you are a believer of some religion like Christianity or Judaism or even Muslim, I think you could do the egg hunting. Guys, this father is so sweet to his kids. Now he is the one up at bat. I feel weird just watching him. Well, guys, I think that'll be it for this video. Until next time. Guys, thank you for watching. Please give this video a like. If you like the things that I'm talking about and want to keep hearing about what's coming up, give a like and subscribe to my channel. You will get notified whenever I post a video, which you don't have to worry about crazy notifications because I don't post a whole lot right now. And yeah, I look forward to exploring more of these topics with you guys. Thank you for coming along today with me. Thank you for open communication. I love that. That is wholesome and authentic, and I love it. So I'll see you guys later. For now, rest well, and take care of yourselves, guys. We'll chat soon. Bye.